Hey guys, Destiny Tech Cuban here, back with another video, and today we are going to be going over the new features in watchOS 7. Let's get into it. watchOS 7 Beta 1 is only available for developers right now, and for the first time ever will be available to the public next month with the public beta profile that you can download on Apple's beta website. So the first new feature is the battery health and graph. So if you go into settings here and scroll down, you'll actually see there's a setting for battery, and if you go into there, you can see when you last charged it, and there's a little graph showing you the battery percentage throughout the day. And if you scroll down, you can go into your battery health, and you can actually see what your battery health is. Right now, I have a 94% of my maximum capacity, and there's also a optimized battery charging setting that you can enable just like on your iPhone. Another new update to settings is there's a notification tab where you can go in and you can there's actually now a toggle for the notification indicator, so when this is on, a red dot will appear at the top of your watch face. When you have unread notifications, you can turn that off or turn it on, and always show short look, so when this is on and the Apple Watch is on wrist, the notification shorts will appear whether your Apple Watch is locked or unlocked, so you can see previews of your notifications. And also you can turn on notification privacy, so the details of your notifications will not show when you tap on an alert. So probably the biggest feature for watchOS 7 is that there's a new sleep mode. So if we go into the sleep app right there, there's an app, and it works with the new sleep mode on iOS 14 on your iPhone, and I will be doing an iOS 14 video as well, so stay tuned for that. But there is you can control this all from here on your watch, so you can view your schedule, and you can create a schedule for when you want to go to bed each night and when you want to wake up. And so I have 11 o'clock on weekdays and wake up at 9:15, and then the weekends 11 p.m. and wake up at 10. And you can add another schedule if you would like, and I'll just show you how it looks there. You can choose the days, when you want to wake up, the alarm, and you can change the sound, and you can also change your sleep goal, and your wind down time, which we'll talk about shortly. So that is the sleep app for your Apple Watch. And along with the sleep app, there is a new sleep mode toggle from the control center. When you tap on it, it'll dim your screen, turn on Do Not Disturb, and when you shut off your screen and go back in, it'll just show this dimmed watch face of what time your alarm is, what the time is, and the date, and this will help to not drain your battery. And to turn it off, you just have to rotate the digital crown to unlock, and it will unlock. So if I just put in the passcode here, and as you can see, it just goes right back, and then you can go into Control Center and you can turn it off. But if you just leave it on, it will automatically go into sleep mode whenever you turn off the screen, and then you can just rotate the digital crown to get it back on to your normal screen, and it's easy to just shut off right from the control center. So that is the new sleep mode, and it actually does not drain your battery like when you would use other sleep apps. It does not drain your battery as much. I used it one night and it drained it, I don't know, it just didn't drain it as much as using other apps. Using other apps would drain it about 10 to 15%, but with this sleep mode I barely saw a drop. Obviously you get a little bit of a drop, like somewhere in between 5 and 10%, but not as much when you use other sleep apps. So that is the new sleep tracking mode for your Apple Watch. So along with that sleep tracking mode, you will get battery notifications. As you can see, my battery is at 8%. So when my battery, or when your battery is below 30%, it will notify you before your bedtime to charge your Apple Watch, so then it's ready to go for you during the night. And using that optimizing battery setting, if you leave it on all night or you fall asleep before you put it back on, it'll optimize the battery and help it to last longer. But with that notification, it'll send you a notification if your battery is below 30%, like a little while before you go to sleep. I think it's during your wind down time. It'll send you a notification, or a little bit before that, so then you can charge it before you go to sleep, so then you can use that new sleep mode feature. So that is the battery notifications. So another new update is there's new toggles in the control center. It's really only this one toggle with that sleep mode, but there's a new way to edit. If you edit, you can actually remove certain toggles. The only ones you can't remove are the battery, Wi-Fi, and airplane mode, but you can actually remove a toggle, and then you can add it at the bottom if you want it again. So you can give it a little bit of a fresh, cleaner look if you don't use as much as these toggles. So yeah, that is the new control center. So another major feature of watchOS 7 is that there's actually Siri Shortcuts on your Apple Watch, and there's an actual app for it. You cannot add new shortcuts straight from your Apple Watch, but it's connected to the one on your phone, so whenever you add a new shortcut on your iPhone, it'll automatically sync up with the one on your Apple Watch, so then you can use all the shortcuts that you would use on your iPhone on your Apple Watch now. So that is shortcuts. Another new feature that came in watchOS 7 is, sadly, there is no 3D or haptic touch at the moment in this beta. It's possible to come back in future betas, but for now, there is no 3D or haptic touch in watchOS 7. So if we go into here, as you can see, I can't force our 3D touch on the screen to clear all, but there is, if you just scroll to the top, then you can clear all up there. But it is sad to see the 3D touch and haptic touch disappear right now for watchOS 7. Another cool feature with watchOS 7 is that they changed the layout of when you're editing watch faces. So if we go to the edit here, as you can see, there's a little share button, but if we go into the edit here, you actually tap on the complication, and then you can scroll through all the complications that you'll be able to use. And I'm just going to leave that how it is. But there's new complications for the extra large watch face. So it got better features, so it can use more complications, and there's the new complications with the sleep mode and the Siri shortcuts available now as well. So if you click on the complication, as you can see, I have the sleep shortcut, but there is also a bunch of different shortcuts from your Shortcuts app that you can choose from. You can click more, and then you can look through all of those. But yeah, that is the improvements to the edit mode. There's a cool new feature in watchOS 7 that allows you to actually share your watch faces via iMessage with your friends. So if you tap this little share button, then you can create a new message and you can create a new message, and it'll show you all of the data that you are including. So you can include it without data, and it'll just send this watch face as a message to one of your friends, and then they can just simply tap on it and they can add it to their Apple Watch, and then you don't need to go through complication by complication telling your friend which complication you have, so then they can make it exactly like yours. Now you can just easily send a Apple Watch face via iMessage. With watchOS 7, there's also the new watch faces. There is the improvements to the extra large watch face. That is the only new watch face for Series 3 users, but there is now the Infograph Pro with a built-in tachymeter for the Series 4 and higher Apple Watches, and obviously there's not as much new watch faces in watchOS 7 as we saw in watchOS 6, but there's with the improvements to the extra large watch face and the new Infograph Pro with the tachymeter, that is fine. There's also a new complication that you can add for the Camera app that can act as a kind of remote, better than having to go into the app. So if you scroll all the way to the top here, you can see now we can add the camera as a complication, and you can just click on it and it'll go to the Camera app on your iPhone. A new feature that they added to watchOS 7 for the Series 4 and higher, with all this stuff going on, they added a washing hands feature. With all this pandemic stuff going on, they want people to be sanitary, so they added a new washing your hands feature. So your watch will give you a timer and tell you how long you should wash your hands for them to be really clean, and will tell you when it's done by giving you noise feedback, and also it'll give you noise feedback throughout the time they are washing your hands. But sadly, it's only available for the Series 4 later, so sorry, the Apple Watch Series 3 users, you don't get this. And as well as the improvements to Siri in, as you can see, it toggled it, but with the improvements to Siri for your iPhone, there's a lot of improvements that came to the Siri on your Apple Watch. So Siri can now translate into 10 different languages on your watch, and it is also much faster and more improved. So as you can see, if I go like this, how do you say hello in Spanish?
In Spanish, hello is hola.
As you can see, it's much faster on watchOS 7, and it's just improved in speed overall. So a cool new feature that Apple added to Apple Maps is it now shows you bike lanes, and it will give you directions using the bike lanes, and you can change settings to avoid busy locations or hills or stairs. It's only available in some areas right now, but eventually it'll be available everywhere, since people need to add all the bike routes, and different cities need to do different things for you to be able to use that new feature. But once it is available in all countries, it will be a very, very awesome feature for those who like biking or just don't have a car yet. With watchOS 7, there was some added workouts to the workout app. So if we scroll down here, we can see that there is a new functional strength training That is a new workout that they have. There's also dance, and it can pick up on what type of dance you're doing, and there's a whole bunch of cool new features for the dance workout. And there's also a cool down and core training. So there's 4 new workouts for the workout app. So with the new sleep mode on your Apple Watch, there is now a wake up and wind down, but we'll talk about the wind down in a little bit. But wake up is a feature where you can start your morning with a weather report and your battery level, and it'll just give you a bunch of information right when you wake up. And if you wake up before your alarm, you'll be asked if you want to turn your alarm off, which is a great feature because sometimes I would wake up before my alarm and then it would still ring, and it's just a little bit annoying. But now with this new wake up feature, you'll be prompted to turn it off, or asked if you want to turn it off, and it'll give you these cool new shortcuts and your weather reporting, your battery level right when you wake up and right after you click stop on that alarm. So obviously with wake up mode, there's going to be a wind down mode. So wind down mode assists you in establishing a bedtime routine with shortcuts that help you relax, like opening a meditation app or dimming your lights or listening to a podcast or some music to help you to settle down before you go to bed. And wind down mode for your Apple Watch integrates and connects with the wind down mode on your iPhone. And I'll be talking about that in my iOS 14 video. But yeah, so that is the wind down mode. So with all these new sleeping features with iOS 14 and watchOS 7, there is some new bedtime reminders. It reminded you before, but it as soon as it reminds you that it's close to bedtime, it will put it into wind down mode. And also there is some new sounds for you to wake up to every morning. So yeah. Now with watchOS 7, you can add pre-made watch faces from websites that have made them, or the App Store, that are created by the App Store editorial team that uses your most used apps and creates a watch face for them. Or with a new app, it'll create a watch face for you that will best suit when you use that app, such as surfing. You can change a bunch of different complications for that. And with the new complications that you get in watchOS 7, there's just more complications, so the App Store and websites are now making watch faces for when you use their apps. So overall, the performance of watchOS 7 has been very good for me, and I am on the Apple Watch Series 3 42mm space gray Apple Watch, and it has been very good for me. The features have been great. It's been working pretty smoothly for the most part, with a couple freeze-ups here and there, but that's expected in betas. The battery has been great, and the sleep mode hasn't drained any huge amounts of battery like I said before, so the battery life has been great, and I can always check it and check on my battery health to see if watchOS 7 beta is doing anything to it, and then I can just downgrade. But for now, it's great. It's running great. I like all the new features, and I can't wait to continue to use the new sleep mode, because personally, even when there wasn't a sleep mode, I still wore my Apple Watch to sleep. I used apps like Pillow or Sleep Watch, and they work great, but they did drain a lot of battery. But now with this new sleep mode, I'm excited because my watch won't be totally dead in the morning or have lost like 15 to 20% when I wake up. So yeah, that is it for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. And I will be doing a video on iOS 14 Beta 1 next. So I'll catch you in the next video. Later.